Welcome to another episode of the Game of Inches Basketball News. In this video, we're going to be covering a couple different news stories that just happened. So the first one we're going to be looking at is the Brooklyn Nets, Ben Simmons, to miss fourth straight in hopes to return this Friday.
We still got Kyrie Irving. So I believe Ben Simmons, he is good in the lineup. He's been playing well when he's been with the team. And I like Kyrie coming up, like playing off ball and having Ben Simmons run the point. Even getting into the lane, kicking it out. This and it's showing he's not afraid to even he's not afraid to lay the ball up, dunk it. Because I think last year when he was with the Sixers or the year before, passed up an easy dunk when he just could have made it. The Nets are playing on a high level right now with KD, but when Ben Simmons come back and once they get that full rotation going, I feel like they'll be a team to beat in the East. Over to you.
I'm reading something down here. It says he asked to come out of the game. Is he actually hurt or is he being a bitch?
I'm sure he's getting emotional. So I think
Well, I don't know. See, here's the thing. I'm looking at like a boy cried wolf situation because all that crap last year when he's on the bench wearing that stupid jacket and those stupid fucking glasses, like that annoyed. I wasn't even a Nets or whatever team he was on. I wasn't even a fan of that team, and I was pissed off that he was just sitting there on the side.
All right. So my perspective on this is going to be that having Ben Simmons returning to the the Brooklyn Nets is going to be pretty big for them, as they have two main offensive weapons in Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. So they also have shooters around those two players to take some of the pressure off of them when they receive double teams or just aren't able to get to the rim as they would like. So they have Yuta Watanabe, they have Joe Harris, they have Seth Curry, so they have some great shooters to support Kevin Durant and Kyrie. What they don't really have is a lot of defense or playmaking. So Ben Simmons is able to bring both of those to the team, so I think he adds a lot in those two hemispheres. And they do have Nick Claxton for some rebounds and defense too. So I think Ben Simmons is another one of those almost 7-footers that they can add to the floor to just do a lot of the intangibles. And then this is also coming off news that TJ Warren will be returning after a 2-year absence. He will be making his debut with the Brooklyn Nets after leaving the Indiana Pacers, which he was playing pretty well the last time he did play. So he is returning after 2 years also. So I think the Nets are going to be getting a lot better over the next couple weeks. Ben Simmons is one of those players that you just can never count on him to actually show up and play.
That's my problem. It's like everything you said is fine and great, but it's just like that's if Ben Simmons isn't a fucking piece of shit bitch.
Yeah, but that's why he's good. He's good on the Nets because you got KD and Kyrie who can pick up the slack, and like he don't really have to do much like he had to in Philly.
Yeah, but they shouldn't have to pick up the slack. Ben Simmons, there shouldn't be an issue with Ben Simmons with him not playing.
Like Kevin said, he could defend, and also all he got to do is just do some playmaking, make some right passes and get people.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying. No, I'm not saying he's bad at all. I want to appreciate how good he is as a player, but I can't get that stupid orange jacket out of my fucking head.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean?
I think he's just too inconsistent. I even threw Anthony Davis in that camp. So Anthony Davis, I think, could be putting up an MVP season if he actually does show up to play, but never show up to play. So even though they're great players, it's just you have to play to be a great player.
Exactly.
Otherwise you're just the ugliest dressed player on the bench,
Right.
All right, so that is our time for this article. Let's move on to the next one. Nice little segue. We're going to be talking about Anthony Davis, and he leaves the Lakers in their loss, and he left with flu-like symptoms. So with that being said,
At least he's not hurt. That was my first start because to see the game last night, I was just seeing I looked at the box score and seen he only played 8 minutes. So my first thought was like, damn, he hurt again. But then when I seen the report that he left with the flu or flu-like symptoms, I'm like, well, that's a relief because the Lakers really need him, and he's been like pretty big these past, I want to say 4 or 5 games, especially the last one, dropping 55. And they're gonna really need Anthony Davis if they want to, make their way up, climb their way up into the Western Conference standings. Without him, it's gonna be eliminated again.
I was on the same page as DeMarcus because I was watching the Mavs Nuggets game last night and I was checking out the box score and I'm like, why the hell does he only have like 8 points? Or like 3 points in 1 quarter and nothing on his stat line. And I thought he got hurt, but thankfully he's not. He's just sick. But yeah, that played a huge role in well, something I wanted to highlight. Devin, I'm gonna fuck up his name. Devon Mitchell, Devin Mitchell,
Donovan.
Donovan.
fucking Donovan. Jesus, not Devin. Donovan. Donovan Mitchell had 43 points, man. But, like, that's good, isn't it? I don't know. I think the loss of Anthony Davis played a huge role in not only showcasing I want to fuck up his name again. Devon Mitchell, right?
Donovan.
Fuck!
So my perspective on this is going to be that Anthony Davis has been on the injury report for about, if you look at their depth chart, we don't have to pull it up, but he's been listed as day-to-day for about 2 years straight. So I think Anthony Davis is another one of those players that just is so inconsistent. And I think the
that's
Lakers
not his
as a
fault, though.
whole are dealing with confidence issues at the moment. So I think Anthony Davis put together a huge string of games over the last 10 games, and he's been covered a lot in media based on how well he's been playing. So yesterday he came out and had a really slow start to the game, and he wasn't playing too well. So he had 1 point in 8 minutes of play, and this was done on pretty poor shooting, at which point he left the game with flu-like symptoms. So this seems more to me like he is going through more of a confidence problem and just wanted to get out of that situation rather than actually being sick or injured. So I don't think this is a serious problem for the Lakers having to have Anthony Davis miss some games with being sick or anything. I think it's just more of a confidence issue, which I think is actually maybe a bigger problem for the Lakers, as this has been a problem over the last 2 seasons, and the reason why they can't actually put a winning season together. So I was hoping that they finally got past their confidence problem, but it seems like there might still be some lingering issues with that. What do you guys think? Do you think it's a real injury, or do you think this was him trying to remove himself from a bad situation?
I feel like more so he probably was exhausted. Because like I said, he's been big for them. Like 55 points, 17 rebounds against Washington. 44 and 10 against Milwaukee. 27 and 12 Portland. So like the past few games, he's been playing pretty big and like putting in a lot of energy and effort to help them win games. And like this game, last game he probably was just exhausted. He needed a break.
But the Dallas Mavericks played a back-to-back game against the Denver Nuggets in Denver. So you had every player on the Mavericks had every excuse in the world to say they were tired. You know, they just played a tough game, a comeback loss against the Pistons, I believe, and they went to play in Denver in altitude, and they still were able to pull off a win. And there were no complaints from either side.
But my point with Anthony Davis is he's injury prone. If he don't get that rest, he might get hurt. Go ahead,
But is he
Corey.
actually injury prone, or is he just load management?
He's
You know,
injury prone,
is
bro.
it like a real yeah, but his last real injury was Achilles strain.
Yeah.
You know,
No. I'm
he
saying
hasn't
like,
had in a while. It's been
if he,
a mysterious back problem that he's been in and out with.
well, yeah, like I would say that's load management just because they don't want him to get like really hurt because he's injury prone.
Yeah.
Like,
So
it's still the beginning of the season, like halfway through the season. What if he come down with a serious injury to miss the rest of the season? So
That could
they
happen
gotta
with
watch-
any player, though.
Yeah, but like Anthony Davis, it's a higher chance because like he's been hurt ever since he came from New Orleans. He's always hurt, and like down
That's the
every
thing,
season
like-
he plays in.
He may always be listed as hurt, but I don't think he's always hurt. Like, I don't think he's actually always hurt. I think 90% of the time it's load management.
he went. Well,
Like, I
okay.
think the last serious injury,
Never.
like the last real injury, was the Achilles strain. I haven't been paying attention to the time, and I just looked. We're at 9 minutes, so we definitely used up our time on this article. So let's move on to the next one.